Hey world, it's being willing to come back to another video. Fam, I want to come back to this video because I did my last live right before the election, and as I projected and predicted that it was going to be, psyop situations going on, nothing definitive. I mean, if you remember back in 2000, this happened in 2000 when George Bush stole the election from Al Gore with the Florida situation, when his brother was governor of Florida, right? Now, we're supposed to believe that Trump lost the election with all of these people that attend his rallies. And you see Biden's rallies, maybe at 12, 13 people there, sitting in cars, right? Because they want to make sure that social distancing and acknowledging the coronavirus is real, right? And so they didn't have all these large crowds. That was the justification. But then as soon as the media calls that Biden has won presidency or he's president-elect, all the celebration in the streets by the Democrats, parties, those that voted for Joe Biden. What happened to coronavirus? What happened to social distancing? So when there's this type of hypocrisy, you have to know that it's phony and it's fake. I'm in Austin right now, and I can tell you, right here, there's that Manchac Boulevard, right down from my mom and dad's house. You got Manchac and Ben White, which is like 71, Highway 71 that goes back to Easttown. Underneath the bridge, family, there's about 30 to 40 homeless people living in tents. Yeah, 30 to 40. Let me see. Let me get out the truck. I want to show you this. I want to show you this. I mean, if you look behind me, over there underneath the bridge, about 30, 40, easy. And then right here, over there, there's a homeless shelter too. So what I'm trying to understand is how is it possible? With all of this money, this great economy that we're supposed to have. I told you, if you watch my live, I said if Trump win, okay, the pandemic will be pretty much dispersed out where it's not as viewed as so dangerous. Okay, and the economy, of course, will continue. When I say the economy, of course, will continue to grow, I mean Wall Street. Because they don't care about Main Street, but Wall Street. And if Biden wins, of course, they're going to shut it down, and then it's going to go into a crash. Now, think about it. Biden had already said that he wants to, do a national mask mandate. In Chicago right now, the mayor says she's going to put him on a 30-day shutdown, 30-day stay-at-home order. Now, if we just go back to March, what's it, about 9 months ago, 6 months ago, we had a recession, meaning the economy crashed. I mean, there was like a lot of, because businesses were destroyed because of lack of customers and lack of operations. So we had all these businesses crash. Remember, the market crashed, and then it came back up, but it crashed because they shut everything down. Now they want to do it again? And what about a stimulus? Remember, if you guys voted for president and then vote for Congress, that tells you how misinformed we are as voters. Why would you vote for president and not vote for Congress? What sense that make? So now you have the same original divide and conquer dichotomy that you've always had. All you people that are happy that Biden won presidency, guess what? The Republicans are about to run Congress. So now you have a Republican Congress, which involves the House of Representatives and the Senate, and you have a Democratic presidency. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So all the fighting, arguing, and trying to negotiate for what's good for the American people continues, family. It don't change. I mean, same thing, no change. And so now ask yourself, what did your vote do for you? Because right now I'm sitting up here looking at a lot of homeless people. When they have $1.8 trillion on the table that, Congress and President Trump wanted to negotiate to give stimulus packages out there to individuals, to businesses, so on and so forth. $1.8 trillion. But no, now they say, no, we want a $3.4 trillion stimulus. If y'all don't know for now that you better pay yourself first, reinvent yourself, because you're not going to be in a healthy financial situation by just working for people, because you just seen how they would shut it down and not give you any reparations on your rent. I mean, think about our children right now. Our children right now are, some of them doing virtual, some of them going to school. How do you justify that and say that this is a real pandemic when you have kids at school and kids at home? Huh? How? Okay. So, fellas, I just want to come back with a little food for thought. Thank you guys for listening to this information. Like I say, it's something that if you stay blind to, there'll be a lot of bad decisions made out there, especially financially. Because remember, my whole goal is to make sure that we improve our financial situation by understanding that you got to pay yourself first. Just purchasing items. Remember, if you have something and you giving money out and not bringing money in, that's a liability. Okay? Even when you buy a house, yes, that's cool, but you're giving a lot of money out and not getting nothing back in return. So I would definitely think about real estate. Definitely think about investing in other securities, not just stocks, but other securities like bonds. They have something called Treasury inflation protected securities, meaning that you can buy like a mutual fund or something like that in that type of particular security, like a bond, and it continues to grow even though inflation goes up. You don't lose your value of your money, or you don't lose the value of your investment. So it's called TIPS. All right. So there are a lot of different things to invest in, family. Don't just invest putting your money in the bank. Banks are robbing you blind. And if you've been in the garden a while, you already know. Look at your savings account interest rates. Look how much they're paying you to keep your money in their bank. Nothing. Because remember, inflation gonna eat that up. All right. So if I do want to come back with a food for thought, make sure you stay conscious of the hypocrisy. And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High inside bring you joy. And being what is out of 5,000.